protests continue to rock Iran, US President Donald Trump has again warned Tehran over its violent crackdown on demonstrators. As Washington signals it is keeping military options on the table, a different message is coming in from the Middle East. According to multiple reports, Israel and key Arab nations have urged the Trump administration to hold off on striking Iran for now. While discussions have reportedly begun in Washington on possible ways to respond to the crisis, regional allies believe the timing is not right for a direct attack. Officials familiar with the matter say Israeli and Arab governments feel the Iranian regime has not yet weakened enough for American military action to be decisive. Their assessment is that the situation inside Iran is evolving rapidly and that the balance could still tip either way. They argue that a strike at this stage may not deliver the final blow Washington hopes for. Arab countries have flagged another major concern: oil. Saudi Arabia, Oman and Qatar have reportedly warned the White House that any attempt to overthrow the current Iranian regime could destabilize global oil markets. This could hurt the US economy at a sensitive time. The message from the Gulf nations has been clear. Military escalation now could have consequences far beyond Iran's borders. Notably, despite the scale of the unrest, none of Iran's regional rivals in the Gulf has publicly commented on the protests since they began late last month. However, behind the scenes, caution appears to be the main strategy. Meanwhile, Israel is said to be adopting a wait and watch approach. Analysts note that while regime change in Iran remains a long-term objective for Israel, there is recognition that pressure needs time to fully take effect. The belief is that recent military actions combined with Iran's worsening economic conditions and domestic unrest are already straining the system. Experts argue that a direct strike would not automatically dismantle the regime and could instead plunge the country into chaos. All of this comes as President Trump continues to publicly harden his tone. Speaking after returning from a public event in Detroit, Trump said the US was closely examining reports of killings and alleged executions linked to the protests. He later warned that Washington would respond very strongly if Iranian authorities proceed with executing demonstrators. These comments follow reports that Iranian officials are preparing to execute a 26-year-old protester, Irfan Soltani, who was arrested during demonstrations in Karaj. Human rights groups say this could mark the first capital punishment directly tied to the current wave of anti-regime protests. Trump indicated that mass killings or executions would cross a serious line, suggesting that such actions would not end well for Iran. At the same time, he also struck a cautious note, saying the US was still working to confirm the facts on the ground. For now, the message from America's allies in the region is clear: exercise restraint.